Hi everybody, welcome to another live stream. Let's see here, tonight it's just quite a spontaneous stream. I'm just checking, making sure that everything is set up correctly here on my side. Right, so how's the audio? We have some people jumping in on the stream. So like I said, this is just a spontaneous little Saturday live stream. And I got some questions on YouTube here quite recently regarding the bouncing in place in Bitwig Studio. So I'm gonna sort it out with you. Sidane Asen, hi there, welcome to the stream. New to my channel? Morgan, evening. So where are you guys from? Right, so I think I'll sort this little question out first before we get into some music writing, because we're gonna check out a few sounds on the Osmos synth that we have here, and maybe compose some stuff today. DM Carpe, welcome. Oh, Slovakia, cool. UK, great. Nice spread. Well, so if you have tracks in Bitwig Studio and you have a few clips like this, in this case I have two clips of some audio. We have a bass clip, a guitar, and a snare clip. So that's just some native loops that comes with Bitwig Studio. And anyway, the question was how to bounce. I guess it was how to bounce these tracks and merge them into one single track. In Bitwig, if you, let's just expand these tracks. If you right-click and want to bounce these, the only thing that will happen is that you will get new versions of the selections you have on each individual track. There won't be any merge. They will just be like new clips on the timeline. So if I make some cuts in here like this, let's just cut this up a little bit, just for the sake of it. Ooh, sweet groove. Yeah, so anyways, if we do this and we select these and we make a bounce in place, you can see that the only thing that happens here is that we get new renditions of these individual clips upon each individual timeline. We won't have any merge. To merge tracks into a single track, we need to do different stuff. So the only thing that happened there is that you can see if I expand this after I've done the bounce, we don't have that the audio that we initially had on this within these clips. So that's actually what happens when you bounce the tracks. You bounce the exact same audio that you have on the timeline. So let's just undo that, because you can see if we have them like this, like we had before, we can of course get that audio back. But if we bounce this, we will only have that the audio that's visible in this area. Anyway, so if we want to merge these tracks into a single track, we have to do some other stuff. One way to do this is to select both these tracks, press Command G to create a group track. And so now we have the audio from from both of these tracks being summed onto the group track level here. So if we want this audio, the summed audio from the group, we can just add a brand new audio track down here. And let's just press Command R and rename this to sum. And we need to select the track input to the group master output. Pre means pre-fader, and post means obviously after the fader. But let's just select pre, because we're not going to do any changes here to the level or anything. We just want to record the audio from the group into a new track like this. Now the only thing you have to do is activate record on the soundtrack and press R and play. And if I solo this the soundtrack here. So now we have both these tracks in a new single track. So that's how you merge different tracks into a single track and make the audio routing within Bitwig. So I hope that solves the question for I and D, which had this issue with the bounce. I hope that was the solution to his question. That's actually a cool little riff. Hi there, Starmaze. What's up? Dudu's Harmony from Romania. Yeah, nice spread today. Zidane, Morocco. Welcome. Arne's Workshop, Germany. Awesome. Welcome. Yes, as I mentioned, we have the Osmos synthesizer in front of me here. And if you missed my episode on the Osmos synth, this is it's not just a MIDI keyboard. It's actually a synthesizer. It has its own synth engine from the renowned Haken Audio. And you can can create some really cool sounds with this synth. So let's walk through some presets and find some nice sounds and create some music. And as always, you're free to shoot me any questions in the comment section here today. Is the chat even working? Ellarcraft, welcome. Did I ruin your gaming live stream earlier today? I was eating some. We had lunch and me and Alex was watching your live stream. Hey Jens. Jens Tunnell, välkommen. Some Swedish guys. Morgan has questions. How many presets does Osmos have? I think that I think it comes with around 500 presets, if I'm correct. And I heard they are working on the presets, on the firmware and the software of the Osmos to add more functionality to the presets, so you can probably save like favorite folders and stuff later on. I had that as a suggestion in my video too. But there's a ton of questions and you can save them to a user folder. This preset is called the Beyond Felt. So this is not the sound that I created personally. I'm just playing one of the stock presets here. And I just added a little bit of Valhalla Room because it's a little bit dry, but I really like that we can have like more dry sounds from the actual synth engines if we want, because as you probably know, if you ever played with Omnisphere or most of other synthesizers, they often have a ton of effects apply to them, so that the sounds out of the box will sound massive. Falcon 3 is extremely good at that. Most of the patches I tried with Falcon 3 were like crafted for specific scenarios. But this is the raw sound. But if you ever played on a MIDI keyboard which has aftertouch, the aftertouch is often maybe a bit hard to trigger, and it often gives you just a very minimal amount of control. But with the Osmos, as you can hear, you can go really soft, and also swell into a harder dynamic. But you have a larger, it's more like a higher dynamic range, if you will. So this is a perfect preset for like scoring a Viking scene in the Viking series, for example. Wisdom Macney, welcome to the live stream. Where from? Yeah, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with any of the Valhalla plugins. But actually, you probably have the Supermassive. It's a free one, and this one is just it's the most massive of them all. Let's. I have a few presets here, custom made. Yeah, Supermassive, it rules them all. It's like the best. But Valhalla Room is also super useful. It's easier to control if you just after some really good reverb. Yeah, so let's try another preset here. So these are some of my user, some of the like favorite presets. Maybe I need to transpose that a little bit. This is a cool one. Yeah, so I'm just noodling a little bit here. So let's activate Supermassive for that one. Like I said earlier, if you have any questions on anything Logic, Bitwig, FL Studio or whatever, just shoot that in the comments here. On piano, I would probably use, depending on what kind of song it is. Sometimes Valhalla Room, when it's just like a smaller like room reverb. But then if I'm going for a larger, more effect like background stuff, then I would use Valhalla Supermassive. We can maybe bring up a contact sampler. And bring up my all-time good time trusty worthy horse. Oops. And on this I would probably throw the Valhalla Room in 99% of the. So that's often the kind of sound that I have in my like EDM tracks and stuff, when it's these like ethereal pianos. Yeah, it's a really sweet sound. Can we do math operations between synths, like Phase 4 and Polymer? I don't want to use Polygrid here. Math operations, you mean sending parameter values between the synths? Well, if you do something like this, let's add an instrument layer, and let's add a, yeah, like I said, instrument layer, and then you add the polymer synth, polymer, the polymer. And then we add something else, the phase 4 then. Not face plant. I'm the worst at typing today, it seems. So now when we layer and when I'm playing here, we're triggering both of these instruments. Yeah, anyway. But then if you want things that happen on this synth to happen on this synth too, my best guess is that you start working with the modulators here and have those control one thing in phase 4 here and also thing in this one. So if you do, yeah, let's just set up a macro first. And then, yeah, what should we do here? Yeah, maybe just do it like this. Just do some simple stuff here. And then, of course, you would be working with this one to also control polymer. But we can't really, between these two, if you're not in some kind of grid setup, have them affect each other. So you have to use modulators on the instrument layer here and then apply whatever kind of setup you want here on both of the devices. That's just silly. And of course we're going to go overboard with the amplitudes. Let's just not modulate that. Sorry. Let's just make a double click. So now both these devices gets affected by this modulator. But you probably know this setup already, but you can't add like modulator devices on the phase 4 on this one and have that one control this one. That's not how the parent-child relation works. So this is the parent in this case, and then it has these two children. And these two children can't affect each other, but the parent can affect both of the children. Les Fuller, welcome to the stream. Yeah, good to see you. Well, that's odd. So you have both all the kind of notifications active for my channel. It's the odd thing here about YouTube. It seems to be extremely bad at highlighting when, even though you have notifications. I noticed that myself when I have notifications on other channels. Tja baby, what's up? Yeah, so enough of that. Let's go back here and play with some more Osmos sounds. So that's called Arcadian Pan. This is the best one. Because you both have this like kalimba sound. But it also has this aftertouch kind of scraping sound. And that's a really nice sound if you're creating like a background score to something. I thought about adding some like Elden Ring background video footage that we could score tonight, but didn't have time to prepare something like that. Goodie. It's something with me and C sharp. I always end up playing C sharp. I don't know what that is. Maybe I got bored about playing C major stuff or C minor stuff and E minor stuff. How about you? What's your favorite key? Balloon from Hanoi. This is also a fun preset. Notice that scraping sound on the guitar, on the strings. Next one, Benny's Territory. Yeah, atmospheric. Pigment 5 is on sale. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I thought about buying it, but you know, too much good stuff to play with. I'm a Reason's Studio user. I made my music using it, but I'm in two minds about Reason Studio and Bitwig. Always. What should I do? Well, they are a different kind of DOS, obviously. I never got along with Reason. I tried it quite a few times, but it's been a few years now, and a lot of people tell me to grab Reason just to use it as a plugin. But that's the thing, you can always load up a Reason within Bitwig if you really like some of the sound engines of Reason, Thor and stuff. Beyond Felt. It can be a bit hard sometimes when you play a lot of notes at the same time, and some of the notes you start to drift a little bit with the finger. It's a little bit hard sometimes to pinpoint which of the fingers that's doing the pitch drifting. So that's a sweet sound. Carbon marimba, obviously a marimba sound. My Shark, yeah, absolutely. You have time stretching in Bitwig, so you can change a sample and stretch it without changing pitch. But there's no like Melodyne or Flex time, like or yeah, that's Coldplay. Like you have in Logic, so you can do like a vocal correction. Yeah, I love that track. So I'm gonna just walk through a few more presets. Sing to it. Yeah, I will next time. Not today. I still have a cold. Weird preset. How do you find the action on the Osmos? I really like the action, but I find it a little bit hard to play like piano pieces. It's I find it much more convenient for playing just like, you know, pads and lead sounds with like one hand. My shark. Sorry about questions. May you add unison effect in Polymer? Yeah, I thought we did that with. Let's see. You have the swarm effect. Let's just do like this and just deactivate this one. And you can always press on the instrument like this, on the device, and you can go to the information or inspector panel and change the voice stacking and just bump the voices to 2. That means if I press a key on the keypad like this, it will play duplicates of the Polymer synth. And then we can use the voice stack spread commands here to change how each individual copy in the voice stacking will behave. And as you can see, if we press this little button here, we can also solo voice 1 or voice 2 if we want to make individual changes to each of them. So let's just make a little bit of changes here to the voice stacking spread commands. Maybe change the ADSR to effect. And the panning, obviously. Let's see, bump that to 3. And we also have this stack spread. But I wonder if that's like the same. And here you can change a bunch of options how how they should behave. So now you can hear that the sound moves in the stereo spectrum. It's a little bit too much spread. It's just the sounds out of tune. And with some reverb on that, it's gonna sound massive. Super massive. Actually, a quite cool sound we got there. Maybe we can make a little bit of changes here too. It's like super wide sound all over the place. That's the best thing when you change the delay while you have some things going on. Yeah, let's just make some trance from this. Let's just go all in. Get rid of that. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so I should probably re-record these and have another rhythm, because now I'm hearing some other stuff. That's usually what happens here in the process of creating shite. So that's like the riff we have here. So that would probably be the intro to this little trance track. Riser, anyone? Yeah. Maybe it's swelling a little bit too much. We're going overboard. A little bit too much. So someone had a question, how do you decide in which DAW you're going to work if you use so many? You had a look at my little toolbar down here. Logic Pro, FL Studio 21, Bitwig Studio, Ableton Live. And some years back I also had Cubase, Studio One, Pro Tools. Well, it depends on, it's obviously on the mood and what kind of track I'm going to work with. And obviously if I'm going to score something to picture, I'm going for Logic Pro because it has a better score editor and more tools for film scoring. And the stock library of sounds in Logic Pro is much more accessible, in my opinion, than... I mean, there's been added some nice sweet sounds to the Bitwig suite too, with this collection like strings from orchestral tools, orchestral strings, orchestral brass, and some other libraries. But it's a little bit harder and more fiddly to find the sounds in here, I guess. And I'm just more used to working in Logic Pro too. But Ableton Live also has a quite nice sound suite, but Bitwig and Ableton is so similar, so it's not much different except more accessible modulators in Bitwig. It's obviously easier to create the dance music in Bitwig compared to Logic, and also in Live, in my opinion, because in dance music you want to add this like evolving stuff and things that happens in the sounds. Most people just say, why don't you just use a synth to do all the modulations and stuff? But it's fun to have both, and the audio routing and grouping in Bitwig is extremely convenient too. Bitwig doesn't have any video support, so scoring to picture is null. It's null in Bitwig. The balls or the cool? You can choose. Choose your warriors. Well, you obviously need the video support to be able to score to picture. Yeah, something like that. I just skip the snare. What? So the question again, a specific DAW for a specific type of genre or kind of music. So here we're just fooling around with a little bit of trance music. And yeah, so selecting 2 tracks, pressing Command G, you have a group. Then on this group we can add like a tool device, which is for controlling gain, volume, and gain, volume, panning, and the width of the sounds, and that will affect all these tracks that's within this group. So if I do that, you will hear totally mono. Or you can go all overboard and create the 200% of a width, which is like super wide. Ouchie, ouchie, welcome. Needs a new kick. Yeah, I was just fooling around with some sounds I have available as previous favorites. Anyways, yeah, the grouping here. And then we can just add a modulator, classic LFO or audio sidechain or whatever. And select the input from the ballsy kicks. And make this affect the volume, like so. Yeah, the browser is a little bit silly, in my opinion. It's like if you open the browser like this, it reads all the instruments, and what you see, okay, it's all the instrument devices, but then after that, it's like millions of presets and whatnot. So in order to, if you're new to Bitwig Studio and you only want to work with the native instruments, you have to go to location, select Bitwig Studio, select devices, and now we have the filtered result for only the devices, the instrument devices that's available in Bitwig. But yeah, I can understand it also from like another point of view. If you're just after some sounds, you just go in here and yeah, select stuff. Hi there, Ian. Yeah, I think I answered your questions in the beginning of this live stream. So if you just rewind, erase and rewind to the beginning, I hope that answers your question. If you're still having questions and issues, just let me know here in the chat or in the comments or in the Discord channel. Do you play piano well? I'm trying to get into media composing but can't play piano, thinking about piano lessons. It's all... well, I can play the piano, I can play the keyboard to be able to play the melodies that I like and the melodies that I want to hear. I'm not a virtuoso, I'm not a piano virtuoso, if that's your question. Nope. And let's just do this. And play with the Yes. Yeah, let's try some sounds from the Osmos here. Would love to see a stream of your workflow in Logic for scoring to picture. And Reed said, did you watch my film scoring for beginners series? Maybe you already watched those episodes. I think we did some live stream in the past with some film scoring. Can't really remember. It's been such a long time. But as I mentioned earlier here, I wanted today to prepare some footage maybe from Elden Ring or some other kind of game, maybe Dying Light or something. That's like the games that I'm playing now. Elden Ring and Dying Light. And also a little bit of Cyberpunk. And maybe we could make a little rescoring or scoring to some of the sceneries in the games. If you want to add complex fills using one-shots, do you finger drum them in with pads? I rarely use pads for finger drumming. I mean, I have plenty of keyboards which comes with these pads, but I rarely just use them. When I'm drumming, I'm recording real drums maybe, when sometimes just playing on the keyboard instead, because I feel it's like the same thing. But I do of course play on the machine sometimes. So yes, sometimes. Seldom I play on like drums on pads. Yeah, the film scoring for beginners is quite an extensive free course on my YouTube channel. I do have on if you go to my YouTube homepage, the start page for my channel, you can find the different playlists, and there you should find the playlist for the film scoring for beginners, and then you have them like in order if you want to watch episode 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Leonardo Sangay, welcome. Where from? Yeah, let's walk through some more sounds. Stupid. A reverb going into a reverb going into a reverb. The Valhalla room going into supermassive. Extra mega massive. Lay chat. You have the Machine Studio. You want to read up how to best use it with Bitwig. When I've been using the Machine MK3 and the Machine Plus, at least the personal, my personal workflow, I've been adding the Machine software like this in Bitwig. And I've not been using it to actually control the other stuff in Bitwig, just maybe create some beats here within the machine and then extract that, because you can drag and drop stuff from machine here into the DAW and further work on the track. Let's see here. IND, thanks for the demonstration. The group prints a flat line without sound. Super weird. You're not in Discord to send you. You don't have access to my Discord channel. If you look at in the description to this video, there's a link to invite link to Discord. So you can just press that and join the Discord channel. And there you can upload the video clip in one of the channels. I think we have a channel called Share Music With Us, or link sharing, or whatever. Select any of those folders and make the upload, and we can have a look at the issue. Apply. Welcome to the live stream. How are you? Where from? Yeah, so back to the future. Do you have any solution for a problem? When I play my beat, the second kick sounds louder than every time, but the EQ meter doesn't show it going higher. Are you sure you just have a single event, MIDI event? That may be the case, that you have double MIDI events on the same note grid. That's usually what can happen, and you get the double amplitude. Like if I make a copy of this one and do like that. But in this case, it makes sure that I only have a single note on the grid line. But that may be the case. I don't know what kind of DAW you're working in. Yeah, it's definitely fun to. I mean, I really love the sounds that you get in Machine. It's just a very vast, super sweet sound library in the Machine. But I don't have it connected now, so we're not gonna play with the Machine now. In FL Studio, yeah, it may be the case that you have that's the usual stuff that happens to me in FL Studio too. That I have like double notes on the same note, because here in if I can show you quickly here. Serenade for Winds. Do you think Reaper is a good DAW that can compete against the biggest on the market? I feel that the sound engines that you have in Reaper, like the synthesizers and samplers and stuff, they are very good. They sound extremely good. And that new Objects, or what it's called, it sounds super sweet. I saw a demo of that on Superbooth this summer. But as a DAW, I don't feel that the Reaper competes at all with other DAWs like Logic Pro and such. That's just a personal opinion. Everybody feels different about these things. Like, so if you do like this in FL Studio, you can also do like this, and then you can select this, and then you can drag these above the other clips, and now you suddenly have double clips above each other, because you can see if I delete one of these, now I'm gonna right click here to delete, you can see that I still have the clips underneath. So we have two layers of kicks. So if I play this now, like this, and let's look at the volume meter. Now it's just the single clips, because if I press delete, you can see that I delete that clip. But if you play like this, we see the amplitude, and then we make a few copies more and drag these above these. Well, I can't see any amplitude change, but that may be the case in your project there. Just make sure that you don't have double copies of the events like this first, and then we can continue and discuss if you're still having. Can I maybe send you a short part of the song where the problem is going on? Yeah, send it by email, and I might have a check on it. It only goes higher when playing with the melody. I had crossbeat on it. Yeah, I can see if I have some time to take a look at it later. Right. Ouch, ouch, yeah. Well, I haven't run into too many bugs myself, I feel, at least not on the more recent versions of FL Studio. Yeah, absolutely. And especially since you can have like automation clips go wherever on the timeline. So their projects often end up looking like a mess, and it's extremely irritating if you're working in other DAWs for a few months, and then you go back to FL Studio and you load up some old project, and you try to pinpoint what the hell one of these instruments and what mixer track they go to, and what what MIDI belongs to what, etc. Speed test. Here we have some old projects of mine. Skull Keys, Summer Chill, yeah. Let's see what I did in this live stream. Probably some shite. Yeah, fun little arrangement. Speed test. Absolutely. What the? Yeah, this one is fun. With some vocals.
A nice cold cage. The rage can grow as wide as you. There's a gap in time.
Okay, so we're having some issues. I'm wondering if I'm running this in the wrong. Let's take a look at the application folders. Okay. Let's see if I'm running in Rosetta. Nope. Yeah, so it must be some kind of plugin I'm running here that's causing issues. And maybe that I'm running Bitwig Studio at the same time. It's not a lot of stuff here on the channels. Just some Valhalla Room and some fruity stuff. Little bit of OTT. What's on the master? Sidechain bus.
A nice cold cage. The rage can grow as wide as you. There's a gap.
Horrible. Yeah, it's quite low buffer size. Let's just increase it because I am running OBS and stuff now. It usually makes the computer into a slow mess. Yeah.
Cage. The rage can grow as wide as you. There's a gap in time. The time you spent afraid of love. The time you spent afraid of love.
Do you feel it?
Yeah, so a fun small project. I don't know how that translated to to the stream. There's a lot of stuff happening here. ba 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 ba. Sounds a bit like an Indian chanting. Yeah, it has a really crisp summing engine, it seems. The FL Studio summing engine. It might also be that by default that you have the fruity limiter active on the master bus. Sounds the same, but let's try adding the Maximus. Yeah, now we're gonna have a fat drop. So that's with the Maximus and but it's already like a fat sound in my opinion with the selected samples in this project.
A nice cocaine.
But the vocals kind of sucks. It's temporary vocals. I either will re-record these or make someone else sing this track. We'll see what happens. It's no old little flair.
A nice cold cage. The rage can grow as wide as you. There's a gap in time. The time you spent afraid of love. The time you spent afraid of love.
Do you feel it?
Yeah, Night Morgan. Glad you enjoyed the short little stream. And like I mentioned earlier, I didn't have any like big major plans tonight. Just to jump in and maybe answer some questions and do a little bit of fiddling and yeah, finding some sounds on the Osmos. So let's just save this and jump back here on the other stuff we began with. And now this is gonna sound like super lame. Because we don't have any superb samples. Yeah, you know me, ouchie. I'm all in for like rock vocals and stuff. My background is in metal, so I've been screaming my share. Disco Mafia, is that you, Ian? Yeah, so upload the file to one of these, like the share music with us or something. So now that's a problem because when we have this epic sidechaining, the melody won't really cut through. So I make a duplicate. of the piano. Well, you know, I'm bad at renaming the tracks, but let's just do it. And then if we want to make a verse, we can just use the new filter plus. So that would probably be the vocal melody. Na na na. we need to get the bass in there. Let's just name this chords or chords. Anyone left in the stream? As always, don't forget to leave a like and maybe write some comments in the comment fields. Or questions? Bad body double, double bubble double. I wasn't supposed to, but I had to. Right, so the bass. What's for the bass? BE1, face plant, bass plant, or just polymer. Never gonna be audible anyway. Fighting the browser. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's got to be the closing for tonight here. At least I had some fun jamming, practicing a little bit. Yeah, piano is always it's always sweet on top of these types of ethereal, moody, emotional, whatever dance piano music stuff. Okay, so I hope you had a nice time tonight, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, keep watching my videos if you have some minutes over. Yeah, I'm self-taught mostly. I already released a few albums and stuff before. I did study piano with a piano teacher for 2 years, playing like Phantom of the Opera stuff and classical pieces. But aside from that, it's mostly because I've been practicing and playing Coldplay. We need to go more intimate. Yeah. Have a nice evening, guys. See you in the next video or live stream or whatever happens next. Bye!